Well, my name is Gregory Jones, and I've written a book called The Macroeconomic Laws. And you can purchase a copy at Ex Libris, Amazon, or Barnes & Noble. Well, we're talking about foreign affairs today, and foreign affairs are actually quite a mess. You have Ukraine there, you have Iraq and Pakistan and Afghanistan and Yemen. You have a humanitarian crisis in the Sudan. Of course, where there are a lot of poor people out there, and just supplying food and water and shelter to the billions of people of this earth is quite a humanitarian task. And nevertheless, we should rescue the Yazidis there. And we should conduct robust airstrikes against the ISIS. And it will probably take about 20,000 ground troops in order to do this, to be used as spotters against ISIS. And then you need to set up a safe haven for the Yazidis. They're dying as we speak, and it's a humanitarian mission which can be accomplished, providing you're willing to use some troops there. And of course, President Obama, he opposed the invasion of Iraq by George Walker Bush, and then he developed a policy of pulling out of Iraq, which he did, and now he says that he doesn't want to put ground troops into Iraq. Well, he should abandon that policy because, as General Colin Powell said, you broke it, you own it. And not dealing with Iraq, of course, is it'll come back to haunt us, because ISIS, of course, is they're out to attack U.S. interests, of course. And you see the humanitarian crisis there with the Yazidis. And so it's time to do something. You know, President Obama takes a slow path. Actually, we never should have attacked Libya, because if we were to knock out the Libyan regime, the remnants of the Gaddafi regime, if we were to knock it out of power, you would get a chaos situation much like Iraq, and you would get terrorists springing up and taking power, including Al-Qaeda. And so we really don't want to knock out that regime there, that government in Libya. And now what he did was he conducted a low-level bombing campaign over an 8-month period, but this wasn't enough to knock out the Libyan government, which is a good thing. They just got tired of us bombing them, so they tossed out Gaddafi there, and the Libyan regime is still in there. And so that's what you have there. And of course, foreign affairs is a mess. You know, you look at Ukraine, you look at the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, you look at Pakistan or Afghanistan, Waziristan, Yemen, Iraq, of course, and there's humanitarian crisis all over the world, including Burma. And there's poor people everywhere. But what you can do, realistically do, is of course limited. But there's a lot we can do. And President Obama, well, I think Congressman Boehner said that he's been asleep at the wheel because, Iraq, we can do something about it. We can bomb ISIS and build a safe haven for the Yazidi. And there's Pakistan, Waziristan, and Afghanistan and Yemen, of course, and even the Sudan there. And by inclusive government, of course, that's a multicultural, is what that is. What do you mean by inclusive? They mean race, of course, and of course you're not going to get an inclusive government in Iraq. It's divided into 4 sections. You have the Kurds and the Sunnis and the Shiites and the ISIS, and there are 4 groups there, and they all hate each other. And the legitimate government, of course, is the Maliki government, because he was elected president of the rump state, including Baghdad there. And of course ISIS would like to attack Jordan. Well, I'll tell you, he's kind of slow to act, though. He, like I said, he bombed Libya for 8 months. You know, if we'd have gone in there with 100,000 troops and deposed the